Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss Lavana Kalpana. Lavana Kalpana are medicated salt preparations. These are preparations which contain Lavana as the prime ingredient. You have studied from Sutrasthana itself. Lavana is having Vishyantana property. It is Ushna and Upajana. And because as it undergoes paka here, that is a samskara is performing, hence it will be beneficial in different disease conditions. That is the property of lavana and how it is transforming therapeutically to a better substance by lavana kalpana. If we go through the Nirukti, you can see Lunati iti lavanaha. Lunati, the word meaning is Chetana. So that is that one which possesses a Chetana property is termed as lavana. That is, it is doing Chetana to doshas, like that we can say. Lunati iti lavanaha. Now, we have studied in Rasashastra different types of lavanas, that is Saindavam, Chada, Samudram, Bidam, Sauvarchalam, Tada, Romagam, Chedi, Vitneyam, Buder, Lavana Panjagam, like that. Some have included Chullika lavana also. So, these are different varieties of specimens of lavanas that we are obtaining from various parts of our country. That is, first one you can see, that is Saindhava lavana, the most commonly we are using in our preparations. Second one, that is Samudra lavana, that we are using in our food preparations, like that. Then Sauvarchala lavana and Romaga lavana, that is obtained from it is known as Sampar salt, a lake in Rajasthan, and that is Sampar lake, and the water is evaporating and we are preparing Romaga lavana. Then Vida lavana is there. Then Audbida lavana means we are dissolving a type of sand obtaining from a certain region, and the water we are evaporating, we are filtering it, and the water content is evaporating, then we will get what? Audbida lavana. So these are the varieties of salts that we are classified, that we have studied in our classics. Here in this kalpana, lavana kalpana, primarily we are using which salt? That is Saindava. We are using Saindava as the prime ingredient. Okay. So if we go through the method of preparation, we are following Puttapaga Vidhi. In some textbooks, some Lehapaga Vidhi is also mentioned, but most commonly we are adopting what? Puttapaga Vidhi. Okay. So here any raw drug along with lavana is taken in an earthen vessel, a saucer, that is known as sharava. Okay, it is closed with another earthenware of the similar size, and the joint is sealed. We are doing sandhi bandhana with mud smeared cloth, and we are subjecting to puda with cow dung cakes. In majority of the cases, we require only legu pudas. Even though in some preparations it is mentioned like gajapuda, mahapuda, etc., we don't require that much heat for preparing these lavana kalpanas. But if we are using certain metallic contents like mandura, like that, mandura lavana mentioned in Yoga Ratnagara, like that, then we have to attain a higher temperature to convert that into lavana. So there we require a range of 800-900 degrees Celsius of temperature. In all other cases, we are using herbal drugs. There we require only a lower grade of temperature, that is up to 350 to 400 degrees Celsius is only required. Now first of all, you have to study two kinds of lavanas in your syllabus. That is, first one is Arka lavana and second one is Narikela lavana. So from the name itself, Arka lavana, Arka means here Arka patra, that is Calotropis procera, Calotropis gigantea. That it should be taken one part, and second ingredient, the major ingredient, that is Saindhava lavana, rock salt, one part. So whatever the quantity of Arkapatra, equal quantity of salt should be taken. Now if we go through the method of preparation, like the general method explained earlier, we have to spread the mature arka leaves in an earthen saucer. Then over it we have to spread the Saindhava lavana powder. We don't put the Saindhava as such, we have to powder it and we have to spread that over that Arkapatras. Then on it again we have to place the layer of leaves. Then again we have to spread the Saindhava lavana. Like that we have to put alternate layers of Arkapatra and Saindhava lavana, so that the bottom layer and the top layer should be of leaves. That is the condition. Okay, in this way we have to arrange the ingredients in the earthen saucer. Now what we have to do? We have to close it with another earthen saucer. Then we have to perform the Sandhibandhana and we have to put the Sharava in sunlight to dry. Then after drying we have to subject it to Puta with cow dung cakes, or we can place it in a muffled furnace. Anyway, we have to subject it to heat and perform Puttapaga. So in case of Arka lavana, in classics or in textbooks it is mentioned that Gajapuda is to be used. So if we perform this practically, we don't require that much quantity of heat as explained in Gajapuda. Then after cooling, the Sharava Sampuda is removed and the whole material is powdered and preserved in airtight containers. It should be noted that it should be preserved in airtight containers. You know, the salt is hygroscopic. If we expose it to atmosphere, it will absorb the water content and it will liquefy. So if we want to preserve that, we have to keep it in airtight containers. Normally the shelf life of Lavana Kalpas are assumed to be 5 years according to FI. So in order to get that much shelf life, we have to preserve those Lavanas in airtight containers. Now if we go through the indication of Arka Lavana, mainly we are using Arka lavana in Gulma, Yagatpleha Roga, Udara Roga, etc. So the dosage is 4 to 8 rati and Anupana is explained as Dadhimastu. But according to the condition, we can change the Anupana. For example, in Pleha Roga, we can administer it with the Kumari Rasa. And in Gulma, we can give along with the Erenda Thaila or lukewarm water or lukewarm milk. Then in Udara Roga with the Gomutra and Erenda Thaila. Like that we can adjust the Anupana. So as I already told you, we don't require that much cow dung cakes as explained in Gajapuda. Only we require a 60 number of cow dung cakes, which is weighing about 9.3 kg. That is generally required. And if we are performing it in a muffled furnace, a temperature should be set at a range of 350 degrees Celsius. So this is the reference from Vaishiji Ratnavali. You have to study it well. That is Arkapatram Salavanam Andhardhumam Dahet Naraha Mastuna Tat Pibet Ksharam Pliha Gulmodarabaham. So it is said that Ksharam Pibet Tat Pibet Ksharam. This is not explained as Lavanam. That Pibet Lavanam, that's not explained. Here it is mentioned like Kshara. This is because if we analyze the pH of Arka Lavana, we will get an alkaline pH about 9.5 to 10. In that range we will get the pH. So that's why it is said like this. It is having Kshara Guna. So it is explained like a Mastuna tat pibet ksharam pliha gulmodarapaham. This kalpana is different from kshara pagavidhi that we have already studied. So this is not a kshara, actually this is a lavana. The word kshara is mentioned because of its alkaline nature. So let's go through the images how we are preparing the Arka Lavana. First of all, we have to weigh the Arka Patras, mature leaves of Arka we have to take. Then equal weight, equal quantity of Saindava we have to take, and then we have to take a Sharava and spread those Arka Patras and spread the Saindava over that. Then keeping alternate layers, we have to pack this. Then you do Sharava Sampuda and dry, and we have to subject it to Puta with the cow dung cakes. Then if we put or take out the Sharava from Puda, and we have to remove that Sandhi Bandhana etc. We have to clear that, and we can see the product, that is Arka Lavana, like this. And we have to powder that. We will get an off-white or a greyish white powder. So we have to store this in airtight containers. While we are giving Arka Lavana, or we are administering Arka Lavana or any Lavana Kalpana, we have to be cautious. That is, if the patient is hypertensive, we have to avoid this kalpanas, Lavana Kalpanas, or we have to adjust the dose. That is the precaution we have to take while we are administering Lavana Kalpas. Now let's move on to the next Kalpana, that is next preparation coming under Lavana Kalpana, that is Narikela Lavana. Narikela means coconut, and Lavana, here we are using Saindava Lavana. So according to the method of preparations, various textbooks explain the yoga of Narikela Lavana, Rasatarangini, Bhaishajya Ratnavali, Bhava Prakasham, etc. We can see two types according to the method of preparation, that is Sajala Narikela Lavana and Nirjala Narikela Lavana. Means if we are retaining the water inside the coconut, then it is Sajala. If we are draining out the water, then it is Nirjala. That is the only way only difference between these two types. That is, if we are retaining water, it is Sajala. So that is the difference, line of difference. Okay. Now we go through the procedure. We have to take a mature coconut, Cocos nucifera. We have to take one coconut. Then we have to remove the husk from that, and we have to take Saindava Lavana. According to Rasa Tarangini, it is 120 gram. That is 10 tola that we have to take. But in Bhaishajya Ratnavali, it is mentioned that Saindava Lavana should be taken quantity sufficient in order to fill the coconut. So without removing the coconut water, here we are preparing Narikela Lavana according to Bhaishajya Ratnavali. But in case of Rasa Tarangini, we have to drain the water. Now we have taken the coconut, so we have to dehusk it, and a hole is to be made in one of the eyes. Then the water is removing. We have to remove the water, and inside that powdered Saindava Lavana is filled. We have to powder the Lavana. Only after that we have to fill inside the coconut. Then the coconut is then wrapped. We have to wrap it with a mud smeared cloth and dried. We have to dry that and then subjected to heat in a pit with cow dung cakes. In this case, Narikela Lavana, the heat said here is Mahapuda. That is, Mahapuda is a heat given with around 1500 cow dung cakes according to some textbooks. But actually this much heat is not required. We have to subject it to a Lagu Puda, that is Pudam Bhumi Tale. We don't require any pit. Just we have to put the cow dung cakes in the surface of land or earth, and we have to perform the puta. So Mahapuda is mentioned in the textbooks, but it is not required practically. Then after self cooling, it is taken out. and the coconut shell is removed. Everything will be in a charred form, so the shell should be carefully removed, and along with the kernel the whole material is powdered and preserved in airtight containers. This Narikela lavana looks like a blackish material, and it contains a lot of carbon or activated carbon, and hence it will be helpful in treating, that is parinama shula and amla pitta like conditions. So if you go through the dose is 2 masha explained, approximately 2 gram, and the adjunct is Pipali Churnam. So if you go through the indication, as I already told you, it is Pitta Nashana, Amla Pitta, Vada, Pitta, Kapha and Sannibadaja Shula. Shula means colicky pain. So it is helpful in treating all these conditions. This is the reference, you have to by heart that. And Narikelam Satoyam cha Lavanena Supuridam Mrdava Veshtidam Shushkam Pakvam Gomaya Vannina Pipalya Bakshidam Handi Shulam cha Parinamajam Vadigam Paitigam chabi Shlaishmikam Sannipadigam. Narikelam Satoyam cha. Here we are taking the reference from Vaishyaji Ratnavali. The Rasatarangini shloka is a little bit big shloka, so we have to study for the easiness. We have to study this 4-line shloka. Narikelam Satoyam cha. Here we are performing, that is Sajala Narikela Lavana method. And Narikelam Satoyam cha Lavanena Supuridam. We have to fill that with the Lavana. Mridava Veshtidam, we have to cover it with the Mridava Veshtidam, mud smeared cloth. Shushkam, we have to dry that, and we have to subject it to Paga, Pakvam Gomaya Vannina. Then that adjunct is Pipalya Bakshidam Handi Shulam cha Parinamajam, Parinamaja Shula. And Vatikam Paitigam chabi Shlaishmikam Sannipadigam. So these are the indications. So if we go through the images, you have to take the coconut, you have to powder the rock salt or saindhava and fill inside the coconut very carefully. After that, you have to cover the coconut with a mud smeared cloth and put it in beneath the cow dung cakes and ignite fire. Then we have to take it out. We have to remove the cloth, and we have to remove the shell and take the kernel along with the salt, which will be in the appearance, that is you can see in the image. Then we have to powder it and keep it in airtight containers. So this is all about Lavana Kalpana, that is we have studied two types of lavanas, that is Arka Lavana, and here we have studied Narikela Lavana. You can see many other Lavana Kalpas if we go through the classics, like Kalyana Lavana, that is Ksharam and Tripadu. It contains 3 types of Lavanas, and many other Kalpas you can see when you go through the classics and we read other textbooks. So in your syllabus now you have to study these 2 Kalpas, Lavana Kalpas. Okay. So thank you for your patient listening.